Hey, what's up? Jeff Blake here. Welcome to part 3 of our look at CSS-based layouts here in Dreamweaver. This video once again brought to you by CreativBits, creativebits.org, the Apple-oriented design community. Be sure to give them a visit. All right, so let's get right to it with our centered layout. Part 1, you got the basics. Part 2, you got nesting and further refining of your layout. This is the biggie, though. I want to show you a technique for centering your CSS layout. So if you've worked with table-based layout before, sort of an antiquated way to lay out a page, it's very easy to center a layout, right? CSS, a little bit more challenging. I've tried a couple of different techniques that I've found on the web. I have found one that works in all situations. It's a surefire way to make sure that your CSS layouts center every single time in every single browser under every single condition, right? So check this out. This is what I'm always after, is what works in all situations, right? Now, it's a little bit involved, so you might want to play back this part a couple of times. We have a ton of steps here. I'm just going to go ahead and do it rather than try and explain everything here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is down at the bottom of the CSS Styles panel, I'm going to create a new CSS rule. All right. This is going to be a tag, so set your selector type to a tag, and I'm going to redefine the HTML body element. Okay? Follow me on the magical mystery tour here. Click OK. The only property that this guy is going to have is underneath the block category. I'm going to set the text alignment to center. Sounds weird. Don't ask any questions. Just follow along, okay? Click OK. Good enough. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap my entire layout inside one single master div, okay? So this is going to happen inside the code view. So I'm going to go back to code. Look for your opening body tag. There he is right there. Again, give yourself a little bit of room to work inside, right? Hit enter a bunch of times. Drop your cursor in there. I'm going to go back to insert layout objects, div tag. Okay. New CSS style. This guy's going to be an advanced selector. His name is going to be #master. You can call him whatever you want, but usually I call him #master. You could call him #layout or something like that. Doesn't really matter. This document only. Click on OK. Now, a bunch of options to set for this guy. I'm going to start off inside the box category. Underneath your margin area, uncheck same for all. Set the top to 0, the right to auto, the bottom to 0, and the left to auto. Take a second and think about this. This actually makes sense. What we're saying is automatically determine the amount of space that should show up on the right and the amount of space that should show up on the left. And we don't want any space above or below. Have more coffee. It'll make more sense. Trust me. Okay. I'm going to go to the positioning category. There it is. Now, a little bit of a curveball here for you. My type, we've been using absolute all the way through this tutorial. Here's the curve. I'm going to use relative. Okay. Again, read up on the differences between your different positioning types. Okay. My width, do you remember the width that we used for our overall layout? Remember, we're designing for 1024, right? So I'm going to go 990. I'm going to leave the height value empty. I'm going to allow the content to determine the height. And then last but not least, my placement, top 0, left 0. Click on OK. Click on OK one more time. Once again, just like our menu, there's our div inside our code. Now, here's what I want you to do. This dummy content that gets stuck in here, content for ID master goes here, get rid of it. And then take this closing div. Remember I said I wanted to wrap my entire layout inside a master div, right? So take the closing div tag, cut it. I'm just hitting Command X here on the Mac or Control X on the Windows side. And then down towards the bottom of your code, look for your closing body tag. What I want you to do is give yourself a little bit of room and paste your closing div tag just above the closing body tag, like that. All right, are you ready for the moment of truth? Save up your document, head back to your browser, refresh, How do you like that? Pretty awesome, eh? Now, what would we do from this point? I'd get rid of those nasty background colors. I'd start creating more nested div tags to further refine my layout. I'd start dropping in content, saving my pages. And if I really wanted to go further, I'd save this page as a template and use it to drive the layout of my entire website. If you haven't read up on templates in Dreamweaver, do yourself a favor, take half an hour, read up on it. It is massively powerful. So there you go. There's a look at centering your CSS-based layout here in Dreamweaver. I really hope you've enjoyed the CSS and the div-based aspects of layout here in Dreamweaver. I hope you can put this to use right away if you're not using it already. And of course, I will catch up with you in the next video series. I have no idea what that will be, but I'm sure I'll cook up something cool. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.